So good morning to all of you and welcome back again in our online lectures for Bhalera Science College Sounder, BSc Semester 3, Paper 1 having the name Angiosperm Systematics, Embryology and Indoor Gardening. So dear students, in the previous lecture, we have started this paper 1 and we are discussing in this paper 1 that is a part of unit number 3, which having the part of embryology. In this embryology, we are discussing the pollination, then structure of anther, structure of ovule, and lastly we will discuss the part of fertilization. We are discussing here the second important portion of the fertilization phase of the angiospermic plant or the embryological part, that is the structure of ovule and the development of female gametophyte. So dear students, in the previous lecture we have discussed the different points which are related to the part of embryology, and in this embryology we have discussed the part of the types of structure of anther, microsporogenesis, structure of pollen grain, development of male gametophyte. Now we are discussing about the development of female gametophyte, the types of ovule, structure of anatropous ovule, that is a megasporogenesis, development of female gametophyte, which having commonly called as the polygonal type of ovule. Now let's just talk about that why this female gametophyte, basically the structure of ovule, it is called as a polygonum type. And lastly, we will going to discuss the part of fertilization. So let's just start with this development of female gametophyte. Now this development of female gametophyte, again it is related with the structure of anatropous ovule, and it is a part of megasporogenesis. Megasporogenesis means the formation of megaspore, that is a female gametophyte. So megasporogenesis, it is a process of formation of haploid megaspore from the diploid megaspore mother cells. In short, it is called as MMC. Megaspore mother cell becomes distinguished in the nucellus, more or less in the center, but towards the micropylar end of the ovule. So in case of the megasporogenesis, that megasporogenesis and the megaspores are produced inside the nucellus, and it is mainly it is produced toward the micropylar end of the ovule. ठीक है, अगर हम लोग micropylar end देखते हैं यहाँ पे, if we go through the micropylar end of the structure of anatropous ovule, now this if we go through the structure of anatropous ovule, inside this ovule there is a presence of nucellus, and at the base of this nucellus there is a presence of micropylar end. Inside this micropylar end there is a presence of some cells . So at the micropylar end there are certain cells, and these cells are acting as the megaspore mother cells. Basically these are the parenchymatous tissues or the parenchymatous cells, and these parenchymatous cells are acting as the megaspore mother cell. Especially the parenchymatous cells or the parenchymatous tissues, especially which are present at the micropylar end, this end. So this end structure, it is acting as a megaspore mother cell, that is MMC. Now in this megaspore mother cell that becomes distinguished into the nucellus, it is more or less at the center but towards the micropylar end of the ovule. Now let's just talk about this development of female gametophyte, that how this female gametophyte is developed. Now this megaspore mother cell undergo meiosis to form the linear tetrad of cells, haploid cells, that is a megaspore. मतलब यहाँ पे इन्होंने बोला है कि megaspore mother cell जो होती है, यहाँ पे जो cells होती है, these cells undergo the meiosis, that is a part of cell division, which produce a linear tetrad of haploid cells. Linear tetrad means as like this, that we can say that here the linear tetrad of cells 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this linear tetrad of cells will be produced inside the nucellus at the micropylar end. So this linear tetrad of cells, then this linear tetrad of cells, these are considered as a megaspore. Upper 3 megaspores abort and lowest one toward the center of nucellus remains functional. मतलब इनमें से 3 जो cells होती है, मैंने जैसे बताया है यहाँ पे कि that the 3 cells out of these these upper 3 cells, ऊपर की ये जो 3 cells होती है ये degenerate हो जाती है, ठीक है, degenerate. Upper 3 megaspores abort, lowest one toward the center of the nucellus remains functional. ठीक है, तो lower most जो cell होती है it becomes functional. ठीक है, functional होना शुरू हो जाती है, and it acts as a first cell of the female gametophyte. ठीक है, उसे हम लोग first cell of female gametophyte कहेंगे. Generally, one megaspore toward the center is functional megaspore. It is in fact the first cell of female gametophyte. ठीक है, मतलब जो functional megaspore होता है उसे first cell of female gametophyte करके consider किया जाता है. The first cell of female gametophyte, generally one megaspore towards the center is functional megaspore. It is in fact the first cell of female gametophyte. It undergoes the 3 successive free nuclear mitotic division. मतलब ये जो functional megaspore होता है इसमें 3 successive free nuclear mitotic division, मतलब फिर से cell division होता है और 3 nuclear division होते हैं यहाँ पे. Thus total 8 nuclei are formed, that is 4 of which are located at each pole. ठीक है, मतलब अगर ये फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर है, ये अगर 3 बार न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन करता है तो सबसे पहले न्यूक्लियस के यहाँ पे 2 न्यूक्लियस बनेंगे, सिंगल के 2 बनेंगे, 2 के 4, 4 के 8, मतलब टोटल 8 न्यूक्लियस विल बी देयर. ऐसे इसका डायग्रामेटिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी देखेंगे हम लोग आगे चल के. लेकिन अगर हम लोग ये फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर लेते हैं ना, दिस फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर, inside this functional megaspore there is a development of nuclear division. ठीक है, process of nuclear division वहां पे होती है, and inside the functional megaspore अगर यहाँ पे 2 न्यूक्लियस है तो यहाँ पे 4 आ जाएंगे, और यहाँ पे 8 आ जाएंगे. ठीक है, चार हो गए, उसी तरह नीचे की तरफ 4 रहेंगे. ठीक है, तो टोटल 8 यहाँ पे न्यूक्लियस बन गए. ठीक है, तो इनमें से 3 जो होते हैं, ठीक है, इनमें से 3 जो होते हैं, these 3, ठीक है, इनमें से 3 जो होते हैं ये 3 ऊपर की तरफ चले जाएंगे. ठीक है, और यहाँ से 3 जो रहेंगे ये नीचे की तरफ आ जाएंगे, मीन्स 3 फ्रॉम सेंटर, 3 न्यूक्लियस फ्रॉम सेंटर आर मूव टुवर्ड्स ईच पोल. ठीक है, मतलब दोनों पोल की तरफ चलाजल एंड एंड माइक्रोपाइलर एंड की तरफ चले जाएंगे, एंड यू विल गेट द स्ट्रक्चर लाइक दिस, that female gametophyte is basically inside the nucellus. There will be a presence of then 2 cells or 2 nucleus are here, 3 are here. This total 8 हो गए यहाँ पे, and cell wall formation will be there. इस तरह से वहाँ पे cell wall formation हो जाएगा. Similarly, the egg apparatus will be produced. So the part of the structure like this, that is 3 nucleus are upper side, 3 nucleus at the lower side, total 6, and the 2 nucleus are at the center. So in this way the female gametophyte, we can say that it is the embryo sac will be developed there, And inside the embryo sac, the three antipodal cells which are present at the chalazine. At the lower side, there is the presence of egg apparatus. Middle one is the egg cell, and subsidiary cells are there, which are called as the synergids. उन्हें synergids कहा जाता है. At the center, there is a two polar nuclei, and it combines to form the secondary nucleus. ठीक है. तो कुछ इस तरह से वहाँ पे फीमेल गमेटोफाइट डेवलप होता है. So this is we can say that this is the structure of female gametophyte here. So the female gametophyte is developed in case of the plants. So it undergoes a three successive free nuclear mitotic division. मतलब तीन बार ये first nuclear division, second nuclear division, third nuclear division. ठीक है. Thus the total 8 nuclei are formed, 4 of which are located at each pole. One nucleus from each pole migrate toward the center and are called as a polar nuclei. ठीक है. मतलब देखिए यहाँ पे टोटल 8 न्यूक्लियस हो गए. इनमें से 3 ऊपर चले जाएंगे, 3 नीचे की तरफ चले जाएंगे, और बचे कितने यहाँ पे 2 सेंटर में. ठीक है. One nucleus from each pole migrate towards the center and are called as the polar nuclei. ठीक है. उसे polar nuclei कहा जाता है. 3 nuclei towards the micropolar end constitute the egg apparatus. ठीक है. 3 न्यूक्लिया जो होते हैं, these are towards the micropolar end. ठीक है. 3 nuclei at the micropolar end and constitute the egg apparatus. Egg apparatus में क्या क्या आता है? It consists of the large central haploid egg cell. मतलब सेंटर में जो सेल रहेंगे, that is a haploid egg cell. Then 2 supporting haploid synergids. ठीक है. यहाँ पे इसके मतलब उसके subsidiary cells उसके बाजू में जो रहेंगे, egg cells के बाजू में वहां पे रहेंगे, आपको मिलेंगी, that is the synergids. ठीक है. उन्हें synergids कहा जाएगा. Synergid shows the hair-like projections called as a filiform apparatus, which guide the pollen tube towards the egg. ठीक है. So this is very important sentence, that filiform apparatus. So which cell containing the filiform apparatus? That the synergid cells it consists of the filiform apparatus. ठीक है. तो जो synergid cells होती है वो filiform apparatus को consider करती है. And this filiform apparatus, it is helpful to attract the pollen tube during the process of fertilization. So in this way, the female gametophyte is developed. Let's just take a look again, and we will go for then diagrammatic representation of the development of female gametophyte. Megaspore mother cell undergo meiosis to form the linear tetrad of haploid cells, that is a megaspore. Upper 3 megaspores abort, lowest one toward the center of nucellus remains functional. मतलब 3 वहां पे सेल्स बनती है, मेगास्पोर बनती है. उनमें से 4 मेगास्पोर बनती है. उनमें से 3 जो होती है वो डिजेनरेट हो जाती है, मतलब एबोर्ट हो जाती है, और एक जो बची रहती है, इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर. नाउ दिस फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर एक्ट्स एज अ इनिशियल सेल और द फर्स्ट सेल ऑफ फीमेल gametophyte. Generally, the one megaspore toward the center is functional megaspore. It is in fact the first cell of female gametophyte. It undergoes a 3 successive free nuclear mitotic division. मतलब ये जो फंक्शनल मेगास्पोर होता है वो 3 बार न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन करता है. फर्स्ट न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन, सेकंड न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन, थर्ड न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन. Thus total 8 nuclei are formed. ठीक है. मतलब टोटल वहां पे 8 न्यूक्लिया बनते हैं, और 4 चले जाते हैं चलाजर एंड की तरफ, 4 चले जाते हैं माइक्रोपोलर एंड की तरफ. One nucleus from each pole migrates toward the center and are called as the polar nuclei. 3 nuclei toward the micropolar end constitute the egg apparatus. It consists of the large central haploid egg cell and 2 supporting haploid synergid cells. Synergid shows the hair-like projections called as a filiform apparatus, which guide the pollen tube towards the end. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जो egg apparatus होता है, ठीक है, egg apparatus, which is present at the micropolar end, which consists of the large egg cell, which is haploid in nature, and 2 subsidiary cells, which are called as synergid cells. At the upper side, the 3 antipodal cells are there, and at the center, the secondary nucleus will be there. So this is the full form of the part of the development of female gametophyte. Now this is again the diagrammatic representation of the development of female gametophyte. You can see here Megaspore mother cell, which is diploid in nature. it undergoes a meiosis to produce a linear tetrad of cell. That is, 4 cells are produced. Then out of these 4 cells, the 3 cells get abort, and only 1 cell becomes functional, which is called as a functional megaspore, or it is the first cell of female gametophyte. Then this functional megaspore undergo growth nourished by the nucellus. It undergo meiosis 1 and nearest the micropyle. It undergoes the nuclear division, first nuclear division. यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं आप लोग, एक न्यूक्लियस के 2 न्यूक्लियस हो गए यहाँ पे, उसके बाद में सेकंड मियोसिस, सेकंड न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन, तो यहाँ पे 2 के 4 न्यूक्लियस हो गए, और 4 के वहाँ पे टोटल 8 न्यूक्लियस हो गए। ठीक है, दोनों एंड से एक एक न्यूक्लियस सेंटर में आ गया। ठीक है, और 3 जो रहेंगे ऑपोजिट पोल पे रहेंगे। 3 antipodal cells, these are the antipodal cells. Then this is the egg apparatus, which consists of the egg cell, female gamete, and the 2 synergids. 2 polar nuclei are there. Then further they are developed as a secondary nucleus. Nuclear fusion. Then here the mature embryo sac, that is female gametophyte, just before the fertilization. 7 nuclei are present and 6 are haploid. One is and 1 is diploid. So the combined lead is called as an embryo sac, and it is a 7-celled 8-nucleate structure. ठीक है. Then the development of female gametophyte, that is monosporic, मतलब एक single megaspore से develop होती है female gametophyte. You can see here that the female gametophyte can be developed from the single megaspore, that is a monosporic. It is carried out inside the megaspore, means the development of